Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to talk about Animal Company movies. I personally love to watch Animal Company movies, and I like to watch all the talented creators who put their effort into them. But as a self-proclaimed Animal Company enthusiast, I notice a lot of things in these movies that can be improved on. So if you happen to make Animal Company movies, this is for you. I'm going to show you 5 tips and tricks that you can use in your Animal Company short films. I'm going to quit yapping and just show you guys a video. The first thing you want to keep... What's that? Oh, you can't see me. Well, that's because the first trick is the lighting. Lighting can be very important when you're making an Animal Company movie. For example, for those of you that watch Animal Company movies like me, I'm sure you've seen those scenes where you literally can't see anything. It's pitch black. That's because the director forgot to put lighting. To give you a better idea of what I'm talking about, here's an example of a scene that has no lighting at all. Gee, this cave sure is spooky. Can you tell where I am in the scene? Well, besides from the fact that I literally said that I was in a cave. No, you can't. Now let's watch that clip with a little bit of lighting. Gee, this cave sure is spooky. Better, right? Now, on the topic of lighting, as much as it's good to implement lighting wherever you can in your movie, you could also have too much lighting. You see, that's blinding, and now your scene looks ugly. So, make sure you use the lighting correctly. My tip, never use big flashlights. If you're going to use lighting, use a group of small flashlights or maybe one small flashlight, but never use these. Those are trash. But one flashlight I really like is this red flashlight. You could see I used it in my first video ever, right? But you could use this in any movie to show like violence, or maybe you could use it during a chase scene. It's really up to you. So make sure if you have one of these on your hands, definitely use it. I made it into the stash. Another thing you could use to your advantage is sound effects. You might hear a lot of them in my videos. I might even overuse them, but they're really good to use in your films, whether that's background music or the sound of birds chirping, but they could really help set the environment. To name a few examples, imagine a chasing scene, right? A guy's running from a clown. Mr. Clown, I'm so sorry, whatever it was that I did, I'll never do it again, I promise, please. Or a nice, relaxing scene where a guy's fishing. Oh gee, I sure did pick a nice day to go fishing. Look at me, I'm smiling. My life is a wonder. I'm so calm and happy. Or maybe even a suspenseful scene. You could use sound effects in all of these things to help set the atmosphere. Number 2 is not too bad if you break this rule. It's whatever. But number 3 could really make or break your film. So without further ado, let me show you what it is. Now, probably one of the most important tips I could give you in this video is to do multiple takes. The reason why this is so important is because I've watched so many short films where I could either hear A, stuttering, 2, sniffling, or 3, breathing, which, you know, I'm getting better at, but whatever. Or all of the above. Why? Why am I hearing this? Just cut it out the video. Just do multiple takes. For the sake of your viewers, let me show you an example of this if you don't quite understand what I'm saying. The jig is up, Dark Mark. You found the super fan in your car and you're now under arrest. But officer. No. Oh wait, sorry about that. No. Why? Why are you stuttering? Again, take multiple takes. In that clip, I'm stuttering. I'm coughing, and you probably hear me breathing. It's just not good. Now, let me show you what it looks like when there's none of that. The jig is up, Dark Mark. You found the super fan in your car and you're now under arrest. But officer, I promise that's not my fan. Somebody put it in my car, I swear. Again, way better, right? Exactly. Doing multiple takes can make or break. Wait, that's looky a ball.
Shut the f up.
Oh, shut up? Oh,
yes.
As I was saying, doing multiple takes can make or break your film. On to number 4. Number 4, believe it or not, is improvising. Well, you know, you might say, oh, Dark Mark, what's so wrong with improvising? There's nothing wrong with it. But sometimes you could get a little carried away. For example, if you're just a background actor, be a background actor. Don't do extra stuff and try and talk in the scene. when the director didn't ask you to? What are you doing? Also, on the topic of a director, if you're a director, know what the story's going to be about. Don't get a bunch of people to record a film with you, and after the first scene, you're just sitting there thinking. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret, okay? I was an actor once in a movie, right? And this guy, this is a director, what he did, we shot the first scene, and then he just sat there thinking. And all 8 of us were just sitting there watching him think about what the next scene was going to be. And we were even giving our own suggestions. Why should we have to give our own suggestions? Don't you know how the movie's going to be like? You're the one directing it. In the midst of waiting for him to come up with what the next scene was going to be, half of them left. It was me and 3 other dudes waiting for this guy to finish.
That shit sound kind of gay.
Pause. Nah, not like that. We were waiting for him to finish thinking, and then we got on with the movie until it ended, and it obviously wasn't posted. If you're trying to make a serious movie, know what you want. Don't leave the actors to do the directing for you. Number 5 is something I wish people would use more, and that's using your environment to your advantage. I'm sure all of you know this, but Animal Company has a very vast map. So don't just stick to one area in the map for your movie. Spread out. See what other areas you could use. There are a lot of movies that they just... Hold on, give me a second. They just use the treehouse for the entire movie. One can make the argument, well, still, you could use other things around the map, dude. Let's say you're doing a movie at that little tree over there. Why don't you just make the characters look like they're going into sewers? And once they go into sewers, it cuts to the scene of, like, the lab or something. So it looks like the sewers led them to the lab. You don't always have to make it accurate to the actual Animal Company map. And there are a lot of features like this that can be used. That's pretty much it for tip 5. But I'm going to throw in a little trick for you, like a little bonus trick. Trick 6. Alright. If you edit your movies, which you should definitely do, and by edit, I don't mean just cut it up and, I don't know, add like 1 or 2 sound effects. If you actually edit it and you use zoom effects and blur effects, why not use filters? Filters are very slept on for not only Animal Company short films, but Animal Company videos. Use them to your advantage. You could use red when you're showing somebody who's being chased, like I said, the red light. You could use a calm, cozy filter when somebody's doing something relaxing. You could even use a low exposure, sort of dark filter if you're trying to show suspense, like I was talking about earlier. But just make sure you combine all of these 5 things from this video. Dang, what was... I'm literally sitting here trying to think. Use lighting, use sound effects, cut your videos, don't improvise, and use your environment. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. If you want to get into making Animal Company short films, go for it. You don't even have to follow the tips that I gave in this video. But hey, if you learned something from this video, why not give it a like, right? Oh, but all jokes aside, if you like this video, you want to let me know how to improve, let me know in the comments. I reply to all my comments. So, make sure you guys stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, peace. Sorry guys, no outro today. If you saw my latest video with my new outro, it actually got copyright claimed, so I don't really know what I'm going to do about that. So you might not get an outro for a while. If this video felt a little bit inconsistent, that's because it is. This is my second time recording this entire video. The first time I recorded it, I promise it had a lot more energy. But when I checked my gallery, every single clip was muted. I had my mic off. So again, I'm sorry if this video felt a little bit off. I'd also like to apologize for my 3-week hiatus. That's never happening again. If there's ever a time where I don't post for more than 2 weeks, just know that I'm dead and the cartel killed me.